Hello students, many of you find programming a bit challenging, especially when it comes to writing answer in exam. In today's video, I will guide you how to prepare PPS exam effectively. Let's take a quick look at what we are going to cover in this session. First, we will go through unit-wise concepts that are important for both your MCQs and big questions, so you will know exactly what you revise. These are the key terms and terminologies from Unit 1, along with the abstract points. By using these points, you can easily remember the concepts and understand the hierarchy needed for answering MCQs as well as Part B and Part C questions. You just go through the content unit wise. When you write your answers, elaborate them with the required diagrams or programs whenever needed. I have also provided the complete notes for all the 5 units in the description of this video. You can use these notes to expand your answers. Some sample programs are also included for your reference. Next, I will explain how to write theory questions properly because even simple answers need the right structure to score marks. Let's take an example from Unit 1. Suppose the important Part B question is from the operator concept. The question may be like this. Usually, these questions are not asked directly. They may come scenario format. But even then, you can write the same core answer, just modify it slightly based on the scenario given. That's why it is important to remember these abstract concepts clearly. We have already gone through these points, and if you understand them well, you can handle any type of questions from this unit. Let's take another example. In Unit 2, one of the important topic is array. The question may asked in scenario based like this. The question may not explicitly tell to write the program, but you have to include the program to give better understanding. If the program size is large, then you can write the part of the program instead of full program. So, whenever you write the theory concepts, you should also include the appropriate programs. Follow these instructions for answering the question. Start answering from the fresh page. Write clear question number, give subheading, start simple definition, add necessary subheadings, include program or part of the program. If necessary, you can add input and output of this program. This is the expected format to give the full mark for theory based questions. Then we will see how to write programs in examination. A program may be asked directly in this way, but most of the cases it can be asked scenario based questions. Read the paragraph carefully, identify the concept called two-dimensional array in which they are asking matrix multiplication. Both the questions are same. So you can derive these questions from this paragraph. When a program can be asked in an examination, students are usually write like this. Don't do this kind of answering, even though the content is correct. Instead, you can write like this. Give the appropriate heading, write 4 or 5 steps in your own as an algorithm. Then start write the program. At the end of the program, you should write what is the input and what is the possible output. This is the expected format to give the full mark for this question. In this question, your program is the core part. You should follow this structure for writing the program. In your answer, the different parts of the program should be separated properly. You should include the necessary comments. This declaration part and input part should be separated by one single line space. And if there is an open brace, you should give some indent and write the next statements. The open brace should be in same alignment into the appropriate closed brace. This format increases the readability. This is the expected format to write a program. After that, we will look at scenario based questions. We already seen this example. When a scenario is given, you should identify which concept is suitable for this scenario. Array is the concept, particularly two-dimensional array. So you should know how to declare the two-dimensional array, how to give the values, and how to print the array values. Using these syntaxes, you try to answer this scenario. Finally, I will share some general tips to improve your marks. So whatever your preparation, you need to follow some instruction to get good marks. I categorize this instruction in three different ways. First one is before examination, you should follow some instruction. You should reach the exam hall before 30 minutes. Ensure you have keep your hall ticket and ID card. Bring the necessary stationery items. If you need, you can bring the small transparent water bottle. Once you receive the answer script, you can fill it clearly the details asked in the answer script. Once the examination started, the question paper is given. First you check the subject code and subject name of the question paper. Then write a register number in your question paper. Don't write anything apart from the register number. Read the question paper carefully and then start answering. And during the exam, don't make any conversation and don't exchange your materials. Start fresh page to answer. Write the question number clearly. Don't write this question number right side of this margin. The question number should be visible and clearly identified by the evaluator. Don't write unnecessary things in your answer booklet. Some students are writing the MCQ answers at the rough page. This is treated as a malpractice. This page for especially to do the rough work. It cannot be used for showing your answer or collecting the answers from others. I noticed most of the students complete the examination within 1.5 hours or within 2 hours. Remaining time they are in ideal. You should utilize that 3 hours, plan your answers, think twice, recollect your points, and provide the better presentation. If you are maintaining the proper time management, you should definitely get the good score in your examination. So follow these points and remember these two habits will reduce your marks and these behaviors are identified as malpractice. That is the end of our session. Revise well, practice for writing programs and stay calm. All the best for your exams. Thank you.